7 Tzu Chi volunteers survived the ill-fated Taroko-class train and reported the experience to Master Cheng Yen. A forest fire in Argentina led Tzu Chi to work with other charity groups in the Rio Negro area for disaster relief. I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DI Headlines. A train accident near Hualien carried 7 Tzu Chi volunteers who later briefed Dharma Master Cheng Yen about the life and death experience. The master remarked that it was incredible that this group could remain calm during the crisis and urged everyone to be vigilant in safeguarding lives from disaster. Here's more.
可以了哈，可以哈。有没有受伤？没有哦，有受伤哈。尽快往外围哈。那边有人，外面有医务人员哈。谢谢。不会。好，尽快离开车厢哈。
我们连线给人在火车上头的台北慈院护理长陈美惠来为大家说明。
Some people continue to be injured, and the medical personnel have already arrived to assist in rescue. We are currently evacuating passengers and gathering them on the open space of Suhua Highway in the back.
When I became conscious, I feel like I'm lying on the ground. Why am I on the ground? I don't know. I'm just lying on the ground.
I think everyone in the car is very friendly and cooperative. These people who don't know each other, they didn't make a lot of noise. They just silently waited for the arrival of rescuers.
大哉教义，那有气无言，那一段时间唔知要讲啥个，感觉心呢真忧郁。原来呢，这场人，原来现在听到大家人呢，伫咧叙述恶梦，恶梦呢应该都是过去啊。这叫做经历生命浩劫，平安转来，这就是生命的可贵。平安过来啦，这就是可贵，重生。真正是吼。有真多的不可思议啦！
I really feel the rain during the Qingming festival. People on the road were mourning their lost loved ones, but they had to go on, and it started to drizzle, and the crowds were crying, and the wind kept blowing. I really felt the impermanence of life.
各种瞬间万种情啊！在这个瞬间吼，这千千万万的这个情啊！ 迄个事件发生伫瞬间的内底，这内底有几百个乘客，他们呢，家里的人都不知，但是呢，他困伫迄个内底，那一时的无助，总是呢，这都是在一个隧道里面啦，真正会当互人赞叹的呢，就是。 规个车顶的人定定，很淡定，这实在也是不可思议。
اللهم اشفي إخوتنا في تايوان في حادث القطار يا أرحم الراحمين.
Thank you, students, for their compassion and concern about this matter. Of course, they feel sad and worried about the train accident because we are all family to one another.
At that time, at the moment of the impact, I thought of a few words. How could this happen? And then there is no time for you to think again.
这波啦，就是生死经验，生死的经验。你讲吼，要安怎去了解人生佛法的真谛？这一波呢，是上彻底、身心最最关键的经验。惊世的灾难，恁经历过啊，所以嘛，要有敬世的觉悟。
The Taroko class train derailment, the deadliest rail tragedy in decades, killed approximately 50 people. After identification, 6 bodies were returned to Taidong. When the bodies of Chen Yijing and Liu Yichen arrived at the funeral parlor, their family members wept in grief. Take a look.
Let her soul rest in peace. Mother, don't cry. Don't let her feel she was unfilial. You have to listen to me.
It's heartbreaking to see her daughter, who agreed to go home for holidays, but now was sent home by a coroner's van.
You were very brave just now. I want to admire you. You didn't cry in front of her.
Chen Yijing, who was a young veterinarian, passed away on the Taroko Express trip. Also living in Taidong was this 24-year-old sunshine boy, Liu Yichen, who worked for Evergreen Shipping. He was thrown out of the train when the accident happened.
He was my neighbor and also the one I knew well. So when I heard the news, my heart went out to him. Volunteers worked in shifts to assist us since the county government does not have enough manpower to care for the deceased. So I think this is the greatest strength that a religious group could provide.
The pictures in the mourning hall are all young faces. It is hard to lose their beloved children, but these families should finally let go.
A 6-year-old girl surnamed Lin was aboard the fateful Taroko class train and suffered a facial injury. Was admitted to Hualien Tzu Chi hospital. She was frightened and unwilling to interact with others, though a nurse comforted her with new clothes and shoes and even Peppa Pig to calm her heart. Here's more.
Little girl Lin, who is 6 years old, was hospitalized because of her facial injury. The strong impact also hurt her heart.
When we came to the ward, her emotion actually was not very good. She refused to meet with us and recovered her hand with a quilt.
The medical team first diverted her attention with a picture book. Then they bought her a pink watch, opening up her mind.
For a child, it is better to comfort her with a little thing that is familiar and connected with her, so she will feel warm and at ease.
Fortunately, little girl Lin and her parents escaped from car 8, but her shoes were missing while her clothes got dirty. After her condition stabilized, she was discharged on the 4th of April. The deputy nursing officer of the ward, Zhou Yunjun, went to buy a pair of shoes, clothes, and her favorite Peppa Pig doll after work.
She was very happy when she saw the gifts. She smiled shyly and said, "Pei Pig."
Hualien Tzu Hospital and native physical and psychological treatment bring warmth to the patients with mindful care.
There was a forest fire which destroyed parts of south-central Argentina back in March. Tzu Chi volunteers headed to Rio Negro once more to conduct a disaster survey. Look forward to working with other charity organizations to help the disaster survivors as soon as possible.
All that's left of this bakery is the blackened walls and the floor of broken glass. Everything else went up in smoke. In the aftermath of the forest fire back in March, Tzu Chi volunteers returned to Rio Negro to conduct a survey.
We are doing door-to-door visit according to the roster that the local volunteers provided. Nearby, there are homes which are completely destroyed. Some have only the foundation left. Some are left with just cement and the fireplace.
Thanks to the local volunteers who have joined the effort to help their fellow neighbors.
We have formed a team here to help those affected by this, as well as the fire department who also need help. I'm grateful for Tzu Chi volunteers and other local volunteers for teaming up and supporting one another.
Though their homes have been destroyed, their spirit has not. One survivor even began rebuilding his wall with recyclable glass. It is hoped, with the love and care of society, these survivors may resume their lives as soon as possible.
Tzu Chi Foundation signed an MOU with OCAC, hoping to work more closely in the fields of charity and education. Tzu Chi also donated 3,000 picture books written by the TCU president, hoping to bring concepts of pandemic prevention to overseas Chinese.
The large number of colorful illustrations help children understand the prevention measures for COVID-19 pandemic.
Originally, the bacteria won't affect us. However, since humans kill and consume wild animals and invade their living territories, the bacteria spread quickly. So, we hope everyone can learn about the benefits of vegetarianism and respect life.
Tzu Chi Foundation has donated 3,000 Chinese and English picture books to Overseas Community Affairs Council so that more than 1,000 overseas Chinese schools can benefit. They have also signed an MOU hoping to work together in the fields of education and medicine.
Many of our friends at the Emergency Aid Association are also Tzu Chi brothers and sisters, so this time, through the signing of the MOU, we hope to express more strength of emergency aid.
Overseas Chinese have a bigger need to learn Chinese. In this area, the Master is also promoting Sky College, so we can combine charity and education, or even medicine and humanities in foreign countries.
According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, due to the pandemic, Taiwanese people who traveled abroad last year has decreased to 2,330,000 people. However, the number of people who sought emergency help grew 3 times from past years. Tzu Chi hopes that through the cooperation, more Taiwanese in foreign countries can receive the needed help.
16-year-old Wu Jinde was physically abused by his father when he was young. He was later sent to Taichung for schooling and joined Hualien folk drums and art troupe after school, helping him become a better person.
Swinging the drumsticks and striking the drums with rhythm, Wu Jingde has an unfortunate past. In order to set myself apart, I smoked cigarettes, joined gangs, and I was slowly on the wrong track. Looking at other children enjoying their childhood with their father, Wu never had such a memory. When I was little, my father wanted me to eat more, and if I didn't want to listen to him, he would beat me. His father had him at the age of 60, and his mother suffered from mental disabilities. Wu was raised on physical punishment since youth, and without loving companionship, he joined gangs. Around 7 to 11 years old, he lived in the host family, and also lived in a center for children. Unable to change his derailed ways, his middle school teacher brought him to learn drumming at Jiutian in Taichung.
I am really thankful to Jiutian folk drums and art troupe. They provided him with love and care without asking anything in return.
往前带，律动是往前带的，右手是跟着顺下去打。
Besides going to school, Ada's time at Jiutian folk drums and art troupe provided an emotional outlet as he came to practice drumming in his spare time.
打鼓这件事情可以让你非常专注。
可以。
就是情绪不好的时候来打鼓。
对，然后会很投入。
主任抱一下。
Transferring to Sansui Primary and Junior High School, Director Xie Shunxu took Wu under his wings, bringing care to him in multiple ways.
发自内心爱他们的。
Deep down, we really love him because we know how he grew up and how he needed to grow up faster compared to others.
提早比别人快点长大。
Miss Zhu, who accompanied Arthur for 7 years, has already become a family-like figure.
老师好。
你竟然给我烫头发了？
对啊，几百块。
需要一个像家人一样的人。
He really needs a family-like person accompanying him. Honestly speaking, I actually did a lot of the parental role.
学费怎么办？然后我就一直在想这个问题。
我们真的有奖学金可以申请啊。
好，都一直来，一直来。
The teacher continued to visit me and talk sense into me. Towards the end, I finally came around and started changing.
一直变，一直变，一直变。
1/4圈是90度，你要转到180度。可以放双手，对，往后躺。你可以。
Now, Arthur is back on the right track, entering high school to study hydropower. As he leaves the past behind, teachers will continue to assist him with love.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter has initiated a campaign in February to promote vegetarianism. A volunteer in training has adopted a vegetarian diet, inviting friends and families to embrace vegetarianism. In just a month, nearly 8,000 vegetarian meals have been shared amongst this group.
Hello. Hello. How are you, my dear? Your continuous more.
And Tzu Ling is a vegetarian who actively promotes vegetarianism.
不是我做的，Cindy 做的。
I did not make it, Cindy did. In my family social media group, they will tell me which person in which country ate vegetarian meals. They will write it down and they do it automatically.
In just 1 month, Tzu Ling has persuaded her families and friends to eat nearly 8,000 vegetarian meals.
I tell them about the benefit that is health, because people nowadays are concerned about health.
Last year, due to the pandemic and her brother's accident, Tzu Ling started to learn Buddha Dharma and began to embrace vegetarianism. She has changed her co-workers' perception of vegetarianism.
They try the food and say that, why don't you eat meat? You are cooking minced pork for us. You cannot tell that it is not minced pork. I say no, it is not minced pork, but tofu.
Besides working, Tzu Ling also cooks at home so that her family can improve their health.
I enjoy cooking because I like to try different things. I'm also happy to see how they enjoy eating the food. My son does not like to eat mushrooms, so I need to think of ways to make he eat them.
I've improved. In the past, my feet would swell every day and they're painful, so I cannot run. I cannot run and need to receive shots. Now that I'm not eating meat, the swelling has gone away and my uric acid has disappeared.
After this incident,
After undergoing the accident, I see things differently. Actually, it should be very easy for a person to be happy, but we tend to make everything complicated.
As Tzu Ling promotes vegetarianism, her friends and families have chosen a simple living style. As they improve their health, they have also become closer together.
The father of a Tzu Chi volunteer from Malacca, Malaysia, suffered a stroke 12 years ago. Her mother would follow suit 2 years ago, as both needed people to care for them. In the past 10 years, this volunteer has been devoted to their care, as well as other Tzu Chi activities. Here's more.
Tan Yao-jun helps her father to the bathroom, then takes care of her mother to get some sun in the morning to fuel her energy. These are the tasks Tan does immediately after she gets up in the morning.
In the morning, I make breakfast first. Then when my mother gets up, I bring her a cup of warm water. Then we exercise, we do a full body exercise. And then sit her down and we have breakfast together. We eat together as I want to make sure they are in good condition. We chat and we eat together.
In 2009, she returned home to take care of her parents, and in the past 10 years, she has not voiced a word of complaint.
Look, in my age, my parents are in their 80s, and they are still alive. We can still eat together to have breakfast. Aren't I so blessed?
Despite her positivity, Tan once could not stand the internal pressure she put on herself.
I wouldn't give them food on the clock, and I reflected on my actions. I think people might have misunderstood me, but this is my choice. This is my father, and it's my choice.
With the change in mindset and enjoying the time with her parents, Tan also seizes her time to devote to charity work.
If we can be respectful of those who are not blood related to me, like the solitary seniors what we visit, which reminds me of my own parents, so I'm very grateful for them. They are very understanding of my actions and let me head out to help others. I can go out and come back.
In the last 21 years, no matter the event, big or small, in Malacca, one can always see the contribution of Tan in Tzu Chi.
The master says you need to continue to do volunteering, so you must seize the moments when you are healthy and until your last breath. I will tell her to pray for a world of peace.
Not waiting to do charity or being filial to parents, Tan seizes all her time and lives it to the fullest.
In Hualien, Tzu Chi Daycare Center has invited children from the Dai kindergarten to head over and have games and activities with the seniors. Take a look.
Playing the music and dancing to the beat, children from the Dai kindergarten are doing simple exercises with the seniors at the Tzu Chi Daycare Center.
For seniors and children, they need to have some activities related to exercise. Activity will enable them to improve their recognition. For children, it enables them to develop their coordination, and for seniors, it can help them prevent dementia.
The seniors have also used PET bottles to make gifts for the children.
Last Friday, the seniors specially made these gifts for the children in conjunction with Children's Day.
While learning together, the seniors are able to train their recognition ability and also prevents memory deterioration. As for the children, the activity enables them to practice how to express themselves, training hand-eye coordination and also creativity.
The seniors are able to learn together with the children, such as movements and stamina. There are also board games which stimulate the brain activity. It is hoped that both the seniors and children can learn together.
While the children and the seniors are learning together, the seniors are able to find the inner child in themselves, while the children are able to grow from the process.
In mid-March in Ontario, Southern California, a fireworks explosion destroyed 80 nearby houses. Tzu Chi and the Red Cross distributed scarves, masks, and stored value cards to these survivors in their time of need. I leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.